In the age of Amazon, retailers are increasingly turning to AI and data to compete. And when it comes to apparel, Stitch Fix is proving to be an algorithm success story. The online personal styling service uses a unique combination of user data and human stylist expertise to dress its customers. Since its trading debut 1 year ago, Stitch Fix users have grown 25% to 2.7 million. And while many online retailers using AI feel threatened by Amazon's looming presence, Stitch Fix CEO Katrina Lake says it's the business of personalization that sets them apart. I sat down with Lake on the latest edition of Bloomberg Studio 1.0. Take a listen.
It's a very different ballgame in apparel. Amazon is amazing if you want to get something cheap and fast delivered to your home. The reality is in apparel, there's much more nuance. Having millions of pairs of jeans to choose from isn't actually that helpful if what all you're looking for is jeans that are going to fit your body well. We absolutely keep an eye, but at the same time, I think we feel a lot of confidence and strength in our capabilities and our focus on the discovery element, and that that's a little bit of a different business, I think, than what we're seeing most e-commerce in today.
Would you ever sell to an Amazon? Would you ever sell to a larger retail giant?
I think it's clear we've chosen an independent path. So, as we've thought about what are all of the outcomes that are potentially available to us, we have a deep belief and still do that this is a company that deserves to be an independent, publicly traded company, and there's still tons of market opportunity ahead. And so we're very focused on the independent path.
There are a lot of other companies trying to do what you do, other subscription services, whether it is Daily Look, Allume, Gwenny Bee.
First and foremost, what differentiates our business is it's not kind of the subscription tag. I mean, the business is one that you can do monthly. You can also do it a la carte, and quite frankly, people are not paying the same amount every month as you would in a normal subscription business. The way we look at it is we're in the business of personalization. We do one-to-one, human-to-human personalization scalably.
How real is the data and AI platform at Stitch Fix? How valuable is it?
It is so real and incredibly valuable. So there are a lot of buzzy terms around big data. What we're doing is actually high signal data that people are actively sharing with us that pertains exactly to the experience that they're having. And so people will try 5 things on. They'll let us know, these were too big, these are too small, this was too expensive, I love this, but I already have it, I love it in a different color. These are just the things that people naturally are sharing with us to help us to understand what they're liking and not liking about the product. So 100% of the time, because of the data that we have, we know who buys what. So we know a 25-year-old woman in Louisiana bought these jeans. 85% of the time, we actually know why. And so she's letting us know these are too expensive, this is too cheap, I love this, I love the way this fit on my body. And both the breadth and the kind of depth of that data is incredibly valuable.
So if you have all this data, do you need all those stylists ultimately, or do those stylists go away?
So no, the stylists serve a very important part. And so what that data allows us to do is it allows us to be able to have a predictive ability on clothes and people and what's going to happen. And so we are very able to highly, highly accurately predict this has a 72% chance of working, this has a 38% chance of working, and that data is presented to the stylist. So the stylist is part of the selection process and also part of the relationship building of explaining to you why she chose things and really building that relationship in a one-to-one human way.
In 2017, Stitch Fix went public at a $1.5 billion valuation. You're also the youngest female founder to take a company public. How did that feel?
The whole public offering process was rocky for us as a company. It wasn't as smooth as you might want it to be in a perfect world. But at the end of the day, I think it didn't really matter. And I think this is a company that's been underestimated before, and we're happy to prove ourselves in the public market. And that day of being able to kind of celebrate and remember the journey that we were on was it was an incredible day. And it was an incredible day to be able to share with all of our clients and our employees and our investors and the people who have had such meaningful impact on how we got to where we are. But it definitely was, it was a day I'll never forget.
What's it like on the other side, post-IPO? Is it easier? Is it harder?
It's different. And I mean, I think about in my job in the 7 years that I've been doing this, every year I think of myself as rehiring myself in a new job and committing to that new job. It's every year has been so different than the years past. There were years when my job was literally like making sure that everybody's in line getting fixes out the door so that our fixes would arrive to clients on time. And like that was the most important thing that I was doing in 2012.
So what's your job this year?
I now have not just our private market investors, but also public market investors that we're building trust with and that we're spending time with and earning the trust of. You know, there's some small things that change, but I think the heart and soul of the company hasn't changed. And in the ways that it's different, I think it's made us better. I think we look at our financials with more rigor than we did before. I think at the end of the day, like we are focused on making sure that we build lots of long-term value for our shareholders, which includes our new shareholders. It also includes employees, and I think we feel a lot of responsibility for that.